The Seminoles will kick it away to start us off. He'll bring it out. It's Marshall. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Looking for a man. It's Underwood. Quickly complete. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. And the Wolverines want to crank the tempo. Give to the running back. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
That's just a mental... On defense, you got to watch the ball. I understand the quarterback shouting and he's clapping and there's all this crowd noise, but you just got to hone in, watch the football before you come out of your stance.
All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
You know, tight ends are such matchup nightmares and problems for defense. They're too big for DBs to cover, and they're too fast for linebackers to cover. You saw it right there.
And this set of downs gets started from the 33, 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Finds a man on the right. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Well, that's a really nice job surveying the field and delivering an accurate throw. You know, when I think back to Michigan quarterbacks, I think of guys like Elvis Gerbach or Tom Brady, Jim Harbaugh, Brian Griese, guys that could hurt you throwing the ball from the pocket, surveying the field, reading defenses, and making quick decisions. This guy has the ability to do all of those things.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the 1st down.
Grab near the marker. It's Klein. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the 1st down.
Nice route there by the tight end, making it real easy for his quarterback to find an easy completion.
The Wolverines come to the line with a new set of downs. Motion from the wide receiver. Back to throw, it's Underwood. Looking down the middle. A strike downfield. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
Powers forward. And he takes it in for a score. Touchdown, Wolverines.
We know a lot of offenses like to script their opening 10 plays going into games. They practice it over and over and over again throughout the week, and you just saw flawless execution on the opening drive by the offense. A nice job mixing in pass and run, getting different guys involved here early. They cap it off with a nice run late, but what a great job to take control of this game. And the offense, they've got it moving now.
And they pick up the extra point. Kicker knocked it right down the middle. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Coming out aggressively. And it falls incomplete, but that could have been disastrous. A defender was right there.
That is such a great play by that defender. And how many times on deep balls do we see PI? Do we see pass interference? In situations just like that, that defender did an outstanding job.
Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
QBs and receivers on third down, everything has to happen just a split second sooner. You're expecting pressure, the quarterback gets hit, just not on the same page with his target.
On fourth down, trying to find his man. He'll pull it down and run. Got the first himself. Finally forced out of bounds, maybe a step shy of midfield. They'll mark it at the 49.
It just must be so nice to be such a good athlete and to realize fourth down, I want to pass the football, nobody open, I got this. I can take off, I trust myself, and he gets the first down. And these are the ones that just frustrate, annoy defenses. By fourth down on your own side of the field, and he just took matters into his own hands.
They believe they can run right here. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed.
Breaks into the open. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Knowles!
Man, oh man, when you got a weapon like that, you got to find him, and you got to give him the ball in space. You have some plays on your play sheet, and some of them just say, that guy, get him the ball, let him do the rest. Dangerous weapon out of the backfield, catching the football, making the big play.
The extra point here would tie the game. And they tacked on the extra point. That is an efficient drive. 7 plays, 75 yards. And they cover the final 54 yards with the explosive play in the passing game for 6. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Fielded in the end zone, it's Marshall. Not nearly as much as he had hoped when he brought it out in the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. This drive will open from the 15. Now they'll run the draw. The draw draws nothing except a swarm of tacklers. He's stopped immediately. A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Trying to turn the corner on the left. Can't get him to the ground. Determined run, but he's stopped after 2 yards down at the 13.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Got his man on the right. Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a first down. Throwing the comeback looks like such a simple throw, but the timing is so important.
And as a quarterback, man, this is all about trusting your guy. You know exactly where he's going to sit it down. You anticipate it. You throw it. You know he's going to come back and make that play for you.
And after the stop, that is going to put a bow on this first quarter. To throw, it's Underwood. Spits it out to the back. Makes the grab. It's Haynes. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. We've played one, and we are right back where we started, all tied up after the first period as we take a look at the stats. After that tight first quarter, this second period ought to be a lot of fun. time to think about it. Let's see what they have on third down. Looking to throw for it. Quarterback extends the play. Picked off. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Well, he started rolling to his right, and because of that, it allowed the defender some time to close the distance between himself and the intended target, and his speed got him to the point, and he was able to come away with the pick.
The give to the running back from the shotgun. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
The Seminoles trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Grabbed over the middle. It's Holmes. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
I like the play call on offense. I like you trying to get the running back involved in the pass game, too. Defense was ready for that one. Let's see what you got dialed up on third.
On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. The Noles will try to pin them back with the punt. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Excellent job on the punt. Bounces out of bounds at the 5, and they'll have 95 yards to go in front of them. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Looking downfield, it's Underwood. Moves away as he feels pressure. And that pass incomplete. The defense got a hand on it.
Well, the offense is trying to complete that in route against zone coverage, but that was not a big window to try to fit that football in, and as a result, too easy for the defense to knock it down.
Looking to the big tight end. This time he's got his man. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. He'll be stopped at the 27, but picks up 10 on that one.
What a nice run there. And from the beginning of time, Michigan football has been synonymous with running the football. You can think back to Tyrone Wheatley, Anthony Thomas, Chris Perry.
Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Most defenses are lucky if you have one good covering corner. Fewer are lucky if you have 2. They've got 3 DBs, 3 corners that can play at the same time in their nickel package that they feel can go mano-a-mano with anyone in the country. And you saw it on that last play coming away with the pick.
It's on target and complete. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Chains now on second and long. Back to pass. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
I know that one falls incomplete, but I love the idea of finding ways to get this running back the ball, right? You can hand it off to him. He's got really good hands. Already has a few catches in this game. I think you keep trying to leak him out of the backfield and let him take advantage of this defense throwing the ball.
Making side adjustments here. Looking for a man. It's Castellanos. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down. And it looks as if they're going to try a field goal. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. He got it. And with that field goal, they now have the lead.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
On the run from inside his own 5. slips through the line. He's run out of bounds at the 41, and he was oh so close to breaking that return. First play of the drive comes from the 41. To the air on first down. Just a bit of a misfire there as they can't make the connection.
Not seeing a lot of chemistry between the QB and his intended target on that play.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Throws for the tight end. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
Wide receiver going in motion. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. Got him downfield. He's showing it all. The juice, the jets, the moves, and he's got it down to the 16-yard line. And the Wolverines have it with a 1st and 10. They'll throw it from the red zone. Fires to the tight end. And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. They'll go to the toss. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Now facing a 3rd and long. Dropping back, it's Underwood. And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
And he makes another momentum-building play. His 2nd interception in the first half. He can feel where the football's going. Got a good beat on this offense and making plays early and often for his club.
First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. Looking downfield on first down. Makes the catch. It's Holmes. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. And the Seminoles come to the line in the hurry-up. Still looking on the move. He's going to run it. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Big noise in the big house for this huge 3rd down play. Quarterback making checks. They'll snap it from the gun on 3rd down. Finds his tight end. On the move at the 30. They bring him down, but not before he gets a 1st down at the 35. They'll immediately call timeout.
Nice catch by the big tight end. Nice job holding on to the football, getting the 1st down. But I tell you what, I love the physicality by the defense. I love how they're making him pay every time he catches the football. Later on, he might be less likely to want to reach his arms out there and try to catch that thing.
Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Trying to make magic with his feet. Finds enough room to get it up to the 44 before he's knocked out of bounds.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass, and gets a positive gain for this offense.
Quarterback moving. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. And the Seminoles will send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Calls for and makes the fair catch, but there is a penalty flag down, and we'll see what this is about. The only thing I can think is he just didn't see him signal for the fair catch. That's an easy call for the official, and they'll accept the penalty. Pressure coming. He was able to squirt free and pick up a few and avoid a negative play there. Wolverines will kick it away to start the second half. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. He wants to change this route. Dropping back, it's Castellanos. They're working that left side. Still on his feet at the 45. He's loose on the left. The 10. Touchdown, Florida State. Once he got a step, it was all over, right to the house.
If I'm a play caller nowadays, man, I want more guys like this. Just versatility. You can see he can catch it out of the backfield like a wide receiver, or he can run it. Nice job catching the football with his hands, using his speed to do the rest and get into the end zone.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. That's the kind of drive everybody loves. So see quarterback, one snap, put it in the end zone. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. Fielded in the end zone. It's Marshall. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. That deficit has now grown to double digits, down 17-7 as they start this drive. Didn't find a lot of room. Let's give him 2 out to the 20.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You've got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down. And they got to keep that up here in the second half.
Third down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. Going to try to get it himself. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down.
And they're going to need a lot more of this to get back in this football game. They're trailing. They're trying to make plays. I like the decision-making of the young man. Though. Don't force the football. We already got to make big plays. The defense knows it, too. Nice job pulling it down, scrambling, getting the first down. Now you got to keep it going. First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got to burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
Here comes the offense on second down. Back to pass, it's Underwood. Grab near the sticks, it's Morgan. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
And the offense showing off this short passing game, moving the sticks. Nice job, and look at them. They're right on the football, ready to capitalize on this momentum.
Looking to throw on first down. Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
And this offense continues to struggle to get this guy the football. He's one of their best players. Coming into this game, they knew he was a big key, but they just haven't been able to link up. They try another shot down the field to no avail. That's a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard.
There's a lot of QBs that when they get hit and when they get hurried and when they get pressured, they become very average. Really nice job by the defense pressuring the quarterback.
Moves around to clear up the vision. He's going to take off. Makes the grab along the sidelines, and they get enough for the first down. He goes out of bounds after the big play, but there is a penalty marker on the field. Let's see what that one's about. Trailing by multiple possessions in the third and desperately needing a score, they'll go for it on fourth down. And it's incomplete, and the defense stands tall and gets off the field.
And they decide to go for it. They decide to be aggressive, try to throw the football down the field. Receiver, quarterback, not on the same page. No dice, turnover on downs.
That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Man, those big sticks give everybody juice. When you bring it and you fold somebody up like that on the offensive side of the football, everybody on defense gets excited. That Mike linebacker got in the backfield, got the tackle from him.
There he goes. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
Looking to throw, it's Castellanos. Fires to the big fella. Good pickup, a little bit short of the sticks.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for a quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
He'll get down to the 22 before going out of bounds. We've come to the end of the period, and Florida State has the lead. And we've reached the end of the third. Time is running out if they're going to cut into this deficit. Let's take a look at our game stats before we move on. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the fourth quarter. Forced out of the pocket. Oh, he's going to be brought down. A huge loss on the play.
This defense continues to do a great job of not letting a great athlete and quarterback make big plays on them. Great job pursuing him, keeping him in that cage, not letting him get out in the open field because we know he can do some damage. Nice job by this defense so far.
Big third down as the crowd gets behind this defense. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Almost intercepted, and what a momentum swing that could have been, but they still force a fourth down.
Ooh, you're living dangerously now. You've got the lead late in the game. Don't do anything to turn it over. They almost did throwing it there. If I'm the head coach now, I'm thinking, man, let's just run the ball.
Showing the arm strength to the left. Downfield and incomplete, the defense holds.
Yeah, I'm not sure why they went for it, but when you're up by a couple scores, I think you're just kind of free. And like, hey, let's keep scoring points. Let's keep the offense out there. Let's keep the accelerator on. And I guess, hey, who cares? We're not going to lose anyways.
Wants to throw. It's Underwood. Dances away. Fires on the move. Incomplete behind the receiver. Maybe this freshman got a little too anxious. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. The give to the back. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, or whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front seven has dominated this entire game.
Wants to throw on first down. Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
One of the biggest reasons today why this offense is losing in the game is they haven't been able to get it going throwing the football. This guy still has not thrown a touchdown pass. They thought coming into this game they were going to have tons of success throwing it, but you got to give the defense credit. They watched the film. They've been mixing up their looks defensively, trying to confuse this quarterback, and again, on that last deep shot, it falls incomplete.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Wants to throw again. Catch in the middle. It's smart. And you can see the offense just feeling itself. They've got it down to the 21. And the Wolverines headed quickly to the line. Looking to throw on 1st down. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
That's a big-time blow, man. Once you get that under that 3-minute mark and you're down by multiple possessions and you've got to put something together, the last thing you can do is turn it over because that clock is not your friend.
Looking downfield, it's Castellanos. Fires to the wideout. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they have this game in hand right now. We'll see just how aggressive they want to be on offense. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Finds his man. It's Lucas. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football, and a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting the football, letting them get some positive yards.
Makes the grab on the right. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a 1st down.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Leaves it with the back. And he was greeted by a host of defenders and barely gets it back to the line of scrimmage. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. He took a hit as he threw it. Couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming.
And that is a frustrating possession for this offense. You wanted to run the football, maybe take some time. You did the opposite. Got in a bad situation, threw the football, stopped the clock. Not how you manage a game late in the 4th quarter.
Quarterback may change this route. On 4th down, looking to pass. They got him. It's a sack, and what a stop for this defense to turn it over on downs. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. To the air, it's Underwood. Quarterback adapting. He'll pull it down. And he gets out of there and gets some yardage and gets down without taking any punishment. The offense will use a timeout. Clock is stopped with 22 seconds left. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Right down the middle. Finds a tight end. The tackle is made, but he's got it 1st and goal from the 6.
Important in the passing game that it's not just receivers doing all the work. You got to get running backs involved. You got to get your big fellas. You got to get the tight ends going too.
He's looking to throw. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. They'll call timeout with 9 seconds left on the clock. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Now adjusting. They get him stopped, but those feet kept moving until he was down to the 5. With yet another unranked team taking down a ranked opponent, does a portal help level this out a little bit where it's really difficult to know which team should be ranked in the